I was continuously just making mistakes over and over. I was frustrated, upset with myself, and I didn't really understand how to fix it in a quick moment. I know whenever I struggle or go through hard times that
Parents, how does an athlete keep believing in her value when coaches may evaluate her by measurements that do not show everything she brings? As you listen, think about this. Does your athlete play free when they feel evaluated, or do they start trying to prove too much? Leighton is a 16-year-old basketball and track athlete, balancing competition, advanced classes, recruitment, and a demanding schedule. But away from sports, she also designs houses, builds furniture, bakes, draw, and create things with her hands. Today, Leighton is going to take us inside the athlete's journey, outside evaluations, difficult moments, and the search for an opportunity to recognize the complete person and athlete. Later, we are putting her creativity and two-sport toughness to the test in a fun fire round that could only belong to her. This is the Underdawgs Voice Podcast, where pressure reveals training. Let's get it. Leighton, how you doing? Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Good. So most athletes' biography begins with teams and awards and statistics. Yours also say you design houses, build furniture, bake, and draw. So I want to begin with the creator behind the competitor. Where did your interest in designing and building things come from?
It started a long time ago when I first started playing Roblox with my cousins, and we used to play for hours. And there's a game called Bloxburg where it's like a role-playing game, and you can build your own house. You can build anything you want, a restaurant, anything. And there's different tasks that you have to complete. You have to pay bills for it. And it was just a fun thing to do with my cousins and friends. And I still do it to this day.
Okay. When you imagine a house or a place of furniture, do you plan everything first, or begin creating and adjusting as you go?
I do both. I'll plan a few parts of my build beforehand, and then other parts I'll just freehand it and see how it turns out and fix it if I don't like it.
All right, so which activity helps you slow down and reset the most? Is it design, building, baking, drawing, or just simply relaxing?
Probably designing.
Okay. All right. So that creative side give us a different picture of how your mind works. Now, let's talk about how that mind has developed through competition. You have played basketball since the first grade. What is your earliest memory of realizing you genuinely love the game?
It was when I was playing little leagues in like first or second grade, and one game I had 32 points, and it made me feel just good about myself, proud of myself, seeing everybody happy for me. And I had fun doing it. And I just realized there that I liked what I did, and I had fun doing it.
Ooh. All right. So you have played for several organizations and learned under different coaches. What has moving through different teams and systems taught you about adapting?
That different teams have bigger priorities than other teams. Like there's defensive teams, a lot of movement teams that move a lot, offensive teams, hustle teams, and just being around them, the more you're around them, the easier it is to adapt and get used to their way of playing, and just finding a way to like fit yourself in to where you belong on your place on the team.
So out of all of them, which one is your best style to play?
Probably defensive team.
Okay. So what role do basketball coaches usually trust you to play for the team?
Either a point guard or a shooting guard.
Okay. All right. So you joined track during your freshman year and earned, mile split all city recognition in Dallas Fort Worth area. Did I pronounce that right? Mile split?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So what made you add track to an already demanding schedule?
Because after my high school season freshman year, I I wanted to try something different because in middle school I did cross country and I didn't do track. So freshman year I decided to do track instead of cross country, and I liked it more. It fits more of my style of like running, and I have more fun doing it.
Okay. What do the 400 and 800 meter demands from you mentally that basketball does not?
The 400 and 800 meter, it's like a full out sprint. So, and I can't stop. So it makes me push my body more than I thought I could and force myself to do things I didn't know I could do until I did it. And it made me get the best out of me to get the best times.
Basketball, track test you differently, but both environments also put on your performance in front of people who are evaluating you. So I want to talk about what that experience has been like for you. When did you first become aware of being 5'7" might affect how some coaches or recruiters evaluate you?
When I see on some videos, some coaches describe what they're looking for, and it could be a post and people that get easy rebounds over everybody and just tower over everybody. And then I realized that I can't really control my height and I'm not the 6 feet girls that can do that. So that's when I had realized that.
Yeah, but you might still be growing.
I might.
Let me tell you, I had a last year when I was coaching because I retired. Quick story. I had a girl on my team. She's about 5'5", my point guard. And guess what she was? She was my leading rebounder. Yep, sure was. So, and to me, it matters about who wanted the most. So, all right, has anyone spoken to you directly about your size, or is it something you have noticed through feedback and opportunity?
Not really. Nobody really talks to me about what I could do if I was taller, but instead they tell me how size doesn't matter, and it's just if you put your mind to it, you can do it. So size doesn't really matter.
Was having a problem with size your own assumptions then?
No, not really. I just notice when I'm out playing, it's harder to play against a big and to get easy layups on a big when I'm not as close to the goal as they are.
Okay. It's just playing against people that's taller than you that you have a problem with. You're 5'7". Your coaches put you at point guard for the most part and shooting guard. Is that correct?
Yeah.
All right. So don't none of them try to put you in a post at 5'7".
No.
So why are you even worrying about playing against taller people?
Because
I know you got a good package. I know you got a good floater and stuff. So like, why is that such an issue for you?
Because before I realized that I had a good floater, I would try to get all the way to the block, all the way to the rim, and realize that I wasn't getting my shot off how I needed to be getting my shot off.
So do you play off of 1 foot or do you play off of 2 feet?
Both.
Like, I'm gonna give you a little bit of advice. When you're going inside the lane against bigger people, play off of 2 feet instead of 1. Because if you play off of 1 foot, they timing your shot to block your shot. But if you play off of 2 feet and you drive and you jump stop, land on 2, up fake, bump them, go up, you'll get them in foul trouble. Or you can kick the ball out, come back out, get the ball, you know what I mean? Or up fake them, up and under, and things like that. That's the advice I'm going to give you if you go inside with some bigs, is play off of 2 feet. Cool with that?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. When you know coaches may be evaluating, what pressure do you put on yourself to prove yourself?
To just be myself and show what I can do to the best of my ability and just put out there what I want to be out there, give it my all, make myself look good, be proud of myself, and that's it.
Has the pressure ever changed the way you play or such as making you overthink, become tense, force the game, or try to show too much at once?
No.
Never? All right. Parents, this is where the athlete experience have to come before our assumptions. Physical measurements may be part of how coaches evaluate an athlete, but it does not show the complete player. It does not automatically show her defense, her shooting, her ball handling, decision-making, adaptability, work ethic, or how she responds when the path becomes uncertain. When athletes realize they are being evaluated, some may be treating every possession like a test or whether they belong. They may overthink, force the game, play tense, compare themselves to other athletes, or try to prove everything in one performance. The athlete cannot control every coach's preferred height, position, style, or roster need. What she can control is continuing to develop and showing the complete body of evidence that represents who she is. The goal is not to convince every program. The goal is to remain prepared for a program that recognizes the right fit. So parents, if your athletes start overthinking, forcing the game, or questioning their value when they feel evaluated, the free pressure pattern snapshot can help you identify what they may be seeing. The link is in the description below. All right, Leighton, we talked about the general pressure of being evaluated for the most part, which you said now I guess it don't bother you. Now I want to move into some real moments when the journey becomes difficult. Your family describe your sports journey as hard but fair. I want to understand what that means through something you actually experienced. What part of your game do you believe people may miss when they focus mainly on height or physical measurement?
Probably my speed and endurance, because a lot of people find it hard to run up and down a court and sprint everywhere you go for minutes at a time. But like me doing track and out of school running miles consistently and building my endurance and staying in shape, I don't find it too hard. Yes, I get tired, but I can still go at 100%.
Can you take us inside one specific moment where you felt disappointed, doubted, overlooked, or uncertain about what happened? What would happen next?
Probably in a game, I was continuously just making mistakes over and over and continuously coming out for it. And I was frustrated, upset with myself, and I didn't really understand how to fix it in a quick moment so I could help my team. But I just relaxed, calmed down, asked my coach what I could fix for her, and continued to cheer my team on and just know I'm not perfect. I'm going to make mistakes and just learn from them.
Okay. So in that moment, what did you begin believing about yourself or your future?
That I know whenever I struggle or go through hard times, that it doesn't just bring me down forever, permanently. And I know things are always fixable. So I know that I can change it and make a change.
All right. So how did that belief affect what you did next?
Just continue to practice, get better, listen to my coach, understand what she wanted from me as my part on the team, and worked on it until I got better at it.
When you describe your journey as hard but fair, what has it taught you about what you can control and what you have to release?
Some things I can control, and like my effort, my energy, how hard I try, I can control what I do with that and what I put out. But some things are just uncontrollable for me, and I don't let it bring me down. I just focus on what I can control and do it to the best I can.
That ability to separate what you can control from what you cannot becomes even more important when your schedule is demanding as yours. You maintain a 3.5 GPA, take honor classes in dual credit courses, play basketball, compete in track, and still make time for your creative interests. So take us through one of your busiest days. What does it actually look like from morning to night?
One of my busiest days was I had woke up in the morning fresh from a track meet, so I was sore and tired. And then I had to go to off-season basketball practice. And then I went to school from 8:15 to 3:40. And then I got home, got changed for my AAU practice for about 2.5 hours. And then I went back home, ate, showered, got ready for bed, and then fell asleep. and did it again the next morning.
Down where y'all at in Texas, is it normal for y'all to get up early in the morning and go to practice in the morning?
Yeah.
Because here, it's not usual for most kids in Maryland to do that. And it's hard. I could never get none of my girls to come to practice in the morning, except for a couple that I was training one-on-one. But for my high school team, woof, it was hard. I don't know. The rules here are different anyway than it is down south. Y'all can do stuff all year round. Like we can't. Here, like doing it like now, like we can't work with our teams now. Right? Even though they have a fall league, but we can't work with our teams now. They give us 3 weeks now, but yeah. Which responsibility requires the most discipline from you right now?
My schoolwork. Since school is just starting back and basketball is starting up, just keeping track of all my grades and all my class paperworks and make sure they're turned in on time and not procrastinate things that need to be turned in.
Do y'all have track during the fall or outdoor? Okay, so you doing track, outdoor track, or you do indoor?
It's outdoor.
I mean for your school, so
It's outdoor.
okay, cool. Okay, cool. So how do you recognize the difference between needing to push yourself and genuinely needing to rest?
I notice whenever I'm like just exhausted and need to rest, I get behind in schoolwork sometimes and don't focus as much in my classes. So I realized then that I just need to take a break and rest for a bit.
Well, yeah, rest is a very important part of the process. Like you can't burn yourself out. You ain't gonna be no good to anybody. So I always tell kids, I don't care what nobody say. If you need to rest. And the difference is you cannot be, and this is something I learned over the summer. You cannot be afraid to rest, right? Because that's part, like I said, that's part of the process. It has to be intentional. It has to be. Don't feel guilty because you take a rest. Never feel guilty because it is needed. It's needed. Your body will break down. You become exhausted. You become burnt out. So never feel guilty when you're resting. Now, do it intentionally. There's a difference between feeling guilty and just like, I ain't doing nothing today. There's a difference between that and like being lazy and actually intentionally resting. You understand that?
Yes.
So schedule your rest. If you schedule your rest, then that's intentional, right? But if you just like, I'm not going nowhere because I don't feel like it, that's being lazy. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yeah, so schedule your rest. Just like you schedule everything else. Schedule your rest. Just the creative things that you do be your rest, right? The creative things that you do should be your rest. It takes your mind off of the stresses of sports and things like that. So it really reprograms your mind to get you ready for your games and track and school. So schedule your rest. Do it intentionally. I had to get over that too. I used to feel guilty because I wasn't doing something. So, but once I realized like everybody need to rest because you can't function properly if you don't rest. So when everything becomes busy at once, what is the first thing you organize so the rest of your schedule does not fall apart?
When things become busy, normally the first thing I would do is just communicate with my teachers about that because the first thing that falls is my schoolwork. So if I tell my teachers ahead of time, they can already plan ahead so I can do assignments early or have a different date to turn it in. And they'll just know that if something isn't turned in on time, that I have a busy schedule so they can be more understanding about it.
The schedule or recruiting process becomes heavy. What do your parents do that helps you feel supported without adding any more pressure?
They always tell me that they're proud of me and that what I do isn't easy and not everybody can do it, and that they'll support every decision that I do and be there for me. And they tell me they love me a lot.
Great. So your family believes that there is a place for you to compete that will be the right fit. And I want to know what that means to you, not only to the adults supporting you. What would the right college fit need to provide athletically, academically, and personally?
Academically, I want to be an orthodontist, so the right major for that. It would have to have that. And then athletically, a good sports team, whether it's track or basketball, a good environment, a good campus, not things to feel down or sad. And I want it to be excited to go to class and to go to practice and not have it feel like a chore.
Okay, like that. Are you open to pursuing basketball, track, or whatever path that best support the future you want?
Yes.
So what do you want a future coach to understand about you that cannot be found on a height chart or a stat sheet?
That I'm always going to try, even if I don't do it perfectly. You'll be able to see that I'm trying to do it, and I'm not going to give up on myself. I'm going to give effort, going to have energy when I do it, and not complain.
Before we get into the fun fire round, I want to give you a chance to reflect on what this journey is teaching you about yourself. So what do you understand about your value now that you did not understand earlier in your athletic journey?
That I'm capable of doing a lot more than I imagined I could, and that I'm very patient and don't rush things or do things to make things go faster, and that I'm very mentally strong and I don't make bad decisions when things get hard. I just stay calm and relax and let things play out.
When uncertainty shows up, what do you want your response to be?
To think about all the hard work I've put in and all the sacrifices I've made throughout my life, and to not let it go to waste.
What would you tell another athlete who believes a measurement or an outside opinion is limiting her future?
To keep working and to prove people wrong about her, and to be self-confident and proud of who you are.
What do you want your parents to know about the way their support has affected you?
That it's helpful, because sometimes it is hard to do basketball, track, AAU basketball, and schoolwork all at the same time. And coming home to loving parents gives me a break and feels good.
Great. Hey, Leighton, I appreciate that honesty. We have talked about basketball, track, recruitment, school, outside evaluations, uncertainties, and continue to move forward without knowing exactly where the opportunity will come from. Now we're going to change the pressure. All right. So now you got to deal with me. And then a lot of people that can deal with me and my pressure. Okay. I just want to let you know that. So you can run the 800. You can defend on a basketball court, design a house, build furniture. You can bake, draw, and still find time to relax. So this fun fire round could only belong to you. So here's the deal. Quick answers, no overthinking. You have 10 questions that I'm going to ask you. You get 2 points if I like your answer. You get 3 if I really like your answer and I think it's outstanding. You get 1 point if I think your answer is okay. If I don't like your answer, you won't sit down. I'm going to put you on the bench. Okay? You didn't get no points. I'm just going to put you on the bench. So remember that. I might ask you one question that can take all your points away. So that just might be a bonus. I had to stop doing what I was doing. I didn't really have to stop, but I didn't want a certain person named Drake to get on me. But nobody cares. So you ready for the fun fire round? You ready?
Yes.
Are you sure now?
Yes.
It's tough. All right, let's get it. Fun fire round. Let's get it. All right. So, first question. Design a dream house or build the perfect piece of furniture?
A dream house.
All right. Okay. That's 2 points. All right. So, we're down. Oh, I forgot to tell you, we're down by 20. So, in order for you to win this game, you got to answer all these right. Don't lose this game because ain't nobody else ever did that before. So, don't lose this game. All right. So, now we're down 18. All right. Bake the dessert or create the artwork for the bakery?
Hate the artwork.
Okay. All right. That's 2 more, so we down 16. All right. Run the 400 or run the 800?
The 400.
Why you don't want to run the 800 because it's too long?
I'm just better at just sprinting one full lap without having to pace myself a little bit on the first lap for the 800.
Okay. All right. I'll give you 3 points for that because I like your rebuttal answer. So, all right. So now I said we was down by what? 16. Yeah. Now we down 13. All right. Good job. So, Would you rather hit the game-winning three or make a game-saving defensive stop?
Game-saving defensive stop.
Okay. All right. So that's 13. All right. I will give you 3 points for that because I like a person that like to play defense. All right. So we're down 10. Now we're down 10. All right. Come on. You got 6 more questions left. All right. Tougher moment. The final turn in an 800 or the final 2 minutes of a close basketball game?
Which one's worse, or which one would I rather do?
Which one is tougher?
The final of an 800.
Okay. Wow. What's tough about the final of the 800? That's when you tired or something?
Because on 800, you can't really jog it. It's like a full 2-lap sprint. So you start off the first 200, make a little stride, and then you have to sprint the rest. So by the time you get to the last 100, you're just out of gas. You have nothing left in you, and you still have to have a good final kick at the end.
Okay. All right. So that's 2 points. So now we're down 8. All right. Perfect drawing or perfect decorated cake?
Perfect decorated cake.
Okay, what's your favorite cake to make?
I like making pound cake.
Say that again?
Pound cake.
Okay, pound cake. All right. If you would have said my favorite cake, I would have gave you another extra point. I would have gave you 3 points, but you only say upside down pineapple cake, so I ain't giving it to you. But that's 2 points. So now we down 6. All right. All right, so one completely free Saturday, creating something new or doing absolutely nothing?
Probably doing absolutely nothing.
Okay, that's 2 more right there. All right. Yeah, because you need that rest. So we down, whoa. We down 4 now? Was we down 6?
4.
I think we down 6. All right, so we down 4 now. All right. So 3 more questions. All right. We only down 4. You got this. Basketball coach praises your defense, or track coach praises your finished kick. Which feels better?
Probably my finished kick.
Okay, I get it. Because of that 800, especially doing the 800. Okay, that's 2 more, so we down 2. So, future college dorm, simple and peaceful or designed like a professional studio?
Simple and peaceful.
All right, okay. That's 2 more, so the game is tied. All right, so last question might be. All right, the game is tied. This guy, you gotta come up with a 3. Well, no, you don't. You can get a 1 point and you win. But all right. So your family gives you 1 full day with no school, practice, meets, games, recruitment, or responsibilities. What are you doing first?
The first thing I would do is go over to my best friend's house.
That's it?
Yes.
That's it. You get 1 point for that. You win the game by 1 point. All right, you can lose all your points right here. All right, I'm gonna ask you a question. You can lose all your points, right? I'm not even gonna ask you about the music, but you can lose all your points right here. Who is your favorite NBA basketball player of all time? Like past, now, it could be any of them. Now, do not name somebody I don't like. Because you name somebody I don't like, I'm taking all your points away and you lost this game. So let's go.
I don't have a favorite, but I like multiple people because they're good at different things.
Come on. All right, give me your top 3.
In order or just 3 people?
They're 3 people. Don't gotta be in order. Give me your top 3.
Flau'jae Johnson, Asia Wilson.
Okay.
And Caitlin Clark.
I'm gonna give you that because, Caitlin, all right. I don't blame her for nothing that's going on. I blame her fans. Some of her fans. But okay. You all right. You got it. You got it. All right. You want a fun fire round. Good job. Okay. You ain't lose no points or nothing. Nah. I like all the 3 of the people you named. So great job. So we won by 4 points because of the extra question. I gave you 3 points on that. So 1 point for each person. Good job. But you know what it is now? Now I have to certify you as being an underdog. So I got to certify you. All right. So here's the question. What does being an underdog mean to you, and how do you carry that both on and off the court?
What an underdog means to me is someone that people may not believe in or don't think are as good as them, or someone they don't respect at all or have no confidence in. And how I would respond to that is just by practicing and having confidence in myself to prove them wrong and show them what I can do so they can respect me more and believe in me and not think of me as an underdog.
Hey, I like that answer. Good job. All right, now you're underdog certified. Go ahead, girl. Look at you. Underdog certified now. Shit. Go ahead. All right. So, Leighton, look, I appreciate you joining me and being honest about your journey. I also appreciate your family for trusting the Underdawgs Voice podcast to give you the space to share your experience. You are balancing basketball, track, school, creativity, recruitment, and the process of just finding the opportunity that fits you. I'm looking forward to seeing where your journey take you next. All right.
Yes.
Leighton's story ended up revealing something different than what we might have expected going in. The biggest pressure moment wasn't her height or being evaluated. It was what happened when mistakes started piling up and she couldn't fix them immediately. She got frustrated, but instead of disconnecting from the team, she calmed herself down, asked her coach what she needed to correct, supported her teammates, and went back to work. Parents, that's the behavior to watch. Mistakes are going to happen. The biggest question is what your athlete does next. Pressure reveals training. Before we close, if you want to support the Underdog's Voice, you can check out the official merch in the description. All right. So, parents, if anything Leighton shared today reminds you of something you are seeing in your athlete, start with the free pressure pattern snapshot. It could help you identify what pressure may be revealing and what your athlete may need next. The link is in the description. And remember, pressure reveals training, and every underdog has their day. That's Leighton, and I'm Coach Q. Hey, Leighton, do me a favor. Tell my wonderful audience bye.
Bye, guys.
All right, and guess what, y'all? We're out.